Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84, filming this on the 13th of July, and I would say from the cracking on the skin that these two brebas are about ready. I shall probably pick this one today, and I'm also picking one that's only a fraction of the size on the same tree as comparison that people like to see them. I'll eat both side by side, but I think you'll find they'll both be as good as each other, just that one is very small and one, as you can see, is very substantial. I'll weigh this. I think this one on the left is a bit larger, but I'll be picking this one today because I would say it feels okay, and I put it in a bag to protect it. So if you carry on watching the video, we'll have a look up close at this and the smaller one, have a weigh up, cut them open and then taste them. See you in the next section of the video. So we'll continue with the video now. I've picked the brebas. This is the large one that was bagged. As you can see, it's absolutely, well, a very substantial size, very, very large. And interestingly, I mean, remarkably, it is off the same tree, which is not grafted. These are the same figs as this one, ripening at the same time from the same tree. And for people who are interested in fig identification, this is the fig leaf off this particular tree. For anyone who wants to try and guess what variety it is, we don't know what variety it is. It was bought as Rouge de Bordeaux, but obviously neither the fig nor the leaf is clearly Rouge de Bordeaux. Certainly not a Rouge de Bordeaux fig, much too big. But I wanted to do a more in-depth comparison, and obviously we'll weigh them as well. But I know some people will like to try and work out what variety it is for me. So we'll start off with weighing first, so we can get a comparison. So take the smaller one here. The weight of that, perfectly respectable for a fig off a tree in the UK. Going to take this monster and see what this weighs now. Look at that, 166 grams, and I don't think that's as big as the one that was next to it in the bag. I think that one could be over 170, but we'll measure it and see. Let's check this in ounces as well for my American friends, or the old farts like me who use imperial a lot still. So that is 5.9 ounces, and this tiny little one, obviously 1.9 ounces. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut all of these open. There are some blemishes on this fig, but I don't think it's anything that's inside the fig. I think it got pecked before I covered it in the mesh bag, so I'm pretty sure it will be okay inside. This one you can see looks okay, looks pretty soft and squashy. So I'm going to flip the camera around, and the third section of the video will be me cutting the large one open and having a look at the figs inside. Okay, so welcome back to the third segment of the video. So I'm going to have a start with giving you a closer look of the smaller fig inside, probably the smallest one of the three actually. Still looks pretty juicy. It's an indication that size doesn't really matter on, well, figs, at least on figs it doesn't matter, but what's key is whether or not the fig ripens properly inside or gets aborted by the tree. These are of course brebas because we're only in the middle of July, so I'm just going to cut the neck off that, and we'll try this one. It's very good. Got a nice rich flavour to it. The skin is soft, so you can eat the skin. It's sweet. Not a honey fig, more of a berry flavour, I suppose. Very nice. if you'd never eaten figs, that would be the fig that you'd want to try as your first one, because you'd like figs. Sometimes figs can be very disappointing and very off-putting, especially for people who eat underripe figs. Now, if we have a look at this large one, I can probably show you. You should be able to see, which has actually got, this is like got a syrup or nectar inside it, so this is going to be absolutely on the money ripeness wise. This is where the little peck was on the side. There's no damage inside the fig, so there's no bugs inside there. Nevertheless, I'll cut that bit off because you want to be eating that piece of the skin. Let's cut this into quarters. That's stripping with nectar there. There's a slight dry area here, so despite its size, this fig is still not perfect in terms of ripeness. Just a little bit there that didn't mature properly, but I'll cut that little dry bit off. I mean, given the size of the fig, let's try this. That's really nice. I don't think the berry flavour is quite as intense as the smaller one, but it's very sweet, very juicy. Yeah, not quite as strong the flavour as the other one, which I think had slightly intensified its flavour, but nevertheless picked at the right time. This piece is a little bit, this quarter's a little bit more syrupy, a little bit richer in flavour. Honestly, if you had that size fig with that sort of sweetness and berry flavour on it, I could probably only eat two, maybe. I couldn't sit down and eat a dozen of them. That is a big fig with a very nice flavour. I'm going to cut the third one open now and have a look at the third one, because they're all ever so slightly different. See what this looks like inside. Again, slightly pinky red colour to it. They're not, certainly not a yellow fig. This one, the skin's not as dark, but I still think it's going to be ripe. Not going to complain about any of these figs. Very nice. The wasp's coming down to join me now, typical enough. That's the problem with sitting and eating figs outside when the weather's like this and there's dozens of wasps around. They're annoyed because I put bags on the figs so they can't get to the figs, because the ones that I didn't cover higher up have been destroyed by wasps, unfortunately. Let's try the other half, or the other quarters of the really large one, before the wasps come back and try and grab them. That was a good fig. I'm sure there would be ones that connoisseurs think are better, but that's as good a fig as the ones off my tree, as good a fig as I've ever eaten. They're meant to be connoisseur figs, but I don't think they'd be much better than that. Anyway, I hope that you found that of some interest. Slightly longer video because I wanted to do it in more detail because of the two different size figs, and I wanted to show the leaf as well for people that are interested in identification. Really don't know what it is. There's lots of possibilities. Could be Doré, could be Madeleine de deux Saisons. The bigger the fig, the more rounded it is. It's certainly not a narrow fig like it's not a longer neck fig like Brunswick. Obviously, we know it's not brown Turkey. I don't think it's a white Marseille. Really not too sure. Don't think it's a Longdu. Never been able to identify it to my satisfaction that I'd know what it is. But as long as it produces nice edible fruits for me, and this is only the middle of July, and the brebas are ripening rapidly on it. It's still quite a lot developing. I think they're going to ripen over the next probably 2 to 3 weeks. So I'm going to get a decent succession of fresh figs, and from the way the main crop figs developing, they look as if they could be ready by end of September or early to mid-October, which is earlier than last year, so I think they should be decently edible as well. Anyway, thanks for watching the video. Please give me a big thumbs up, share the video if you think it will be of interest, and also if you know anybody who's really good at identifying figs, if you get them to look at it, maybe they'll know from the leaf and the fig what it is. But it was really good quality. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already a subscriber. It doesn't cost anything, remember, and remember to click on that bell if you want to know when new videos come out, so you can pick and choose which one's of interest to you. I'll see you all soon. Brett out for now.